Welcome to another episode of Potation Rotation Live on YouTube. And boy, we got a doozy today. We've got a doozy. Let me tell you something. I'm drinking Coke, zero sugar. Not the flavored one, regular Coke. Zero sugar, like I said. I don't drink on work nights. I know, I'm kind of a weirdo that way, but anyway. Got my Hyrule Field shirt on. We're going to be talking about some Zelda a little bit later, if y'all didn't hear, which I'm sure you did. But, yeah, it was the last day of E3, and, boy, what a roller coaster it was. It started out kind of crappy, then it was pretty fucking strong with Microsoft, Xbox, and Bethesda. And then it was really crappy. And then Nintendo swooped in and said, you know, hold my beer. And then the rest of the day was kind of crappy. Overall, I'd say about 20% of E3 was pretty good. The other 80%, you can go ahead and flush it right down the toilet and wave bye-bye. What else? Oh, I wanted to recap some other things that have been going on in video gaming over the last few days. Some people that kind of ride the E3 wave, but aren't really at E3. There was really no being at E3. But they kind of make their own announcements outside of E3. But anyway. So we are going to start with, oh, and by the way, if you don't know, I think the Play for All is still going. You know, so you can go check that out. Like I said yesterday, it's some of the stuff is stuff that we already know about. It's just more trailers of things and gameplay and stuff. And the Play for All is actually like a weekly thing. I think they're doing like every day. There's something different they're doing, and today just happens to fall during E3. So what they're doing is on E3. Yeah, and then there's the awards show a little later. So technically E3 is not really done, but as far as I'm concerned, they could have stuck Xbox and Nintendo in one day and called it a year. So anyway, let's get to some other just real quick news. If you haven't heard, CD Projekt Red said that Cyberpunk 2077 will return to Sony's PlayStation Store on June 21st with some warnings. The game's still going to pretty much suck for PS4 players. They suggest you're going to be a little bit better off playing it on the PS4 Pro, but still not, that well off. Your best bet is PS5, but just note, you buy it this time, there's no take-backsies. So, yeah, play at your own risk. Also, in an article with Slate's Prudy, some chick complained that her boyfriend gets depressed for days on end when he loses a video game. They both need to suck that shit up. So, anywho, next on my slate, we've got some Dungeons and Dragons news for you D&D players out there. Wizards of the Coast President Chris Cox revealed some surprising plans about Dungeons and Dragons video games and their future. In an interview with GameIndustry.biz, Cox revealed that fans can expect a total of 6 Dungeons and Dragons themed video games over the next 5 years. That list includes the soon-to-be-released Dark Alliance and the still in early access Baldur's Gate 3. So that leaves still 4 yet unannounced D&D games, video games, that we get to wait on to hear more news about. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody in D&D world was covered. Limited run games. Boy, that was quite the announcement that they made the other day. Some articles are going to round it up to about 30. As far as I could count, I think there was about 29 physical games that were announced. And we're going to run through them all. Axiom Verge 2 for the Switch, PS4, and 5. Blood Rain Betrayal, Fresh Bites for the Switch and the PS4. Castlevania Requiem, Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood for the PS4. Castlevania Rondo of Blood for the Turbo Duo. Yes, for the Turbo Duo. All you Turbo Duo owners out there, congratulations. You're getting a re-release in English. Kind of makes me want to try to find a Turbo Duo now, actually. Contra Anniversary Collection for the Switch and PS4. Double Dragon and Kunio-kun Retro Brawler Bundle for the Switch. Dusk for Switch and PS4. Ghoul Patrol for Switch, PS4, SNES. Going Under for Switch, PS4. Haven for the Switch, PS4, and PS5. Hunt Down Collector's Edition for the Switch and PS4. One Step from Eden, Switch and PS4. Republic Anniversary Edition, Switch, PS4, and for the PlayStation VR. Retromania Wrestling, very good game. I might actually have to pick the physical copy up for the Switch and or the PS4. I don't know which one. River City, now there's the next two series. Wow. They're covering it all. River City Girls for the PS5. River City Girls 0 for the Switch. River City Girls 2 for the Switch, PS4, and PS5. Shantae for the PS4 and 5. Shantae Risky's Revenge Director's Cut for the PS5. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse for the PS5. Shantae Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition for the PS5. And Shantae and the Seven Sirens for the PS5. Whew. Dang. You'd think that they, own the companies or something. RWBY Grim Eclipse for the Switch. Strife for the Switch. Super Hot for the Switch and the PS4, and last but not least, everyone's favorite game of all time, Plumbers Don't Wear Ties for the Switch, PS4, PS5, and the PC. Boy. Yeah. Apparently they actually bought, the rights to that game entirely. They pretty much own it. They can do whatever they want with it. It'd be interesting to see how good an investment they made on it. Hopefully, when they say they bought the rights, they didn't pay for anything. Two more. There's actually two I forgot. The Takeover for Switch and PS4. And most importantly, because you see it right there on your screen, Zombies Ate My Neighbors for Switch, PS4, SNES, and the Genesis. Sorry, that Plumbers Don't Wear Ties was just, I wanted to save it for last. It was just nagging at me, and I thought I was there, and I wasn't. If you're not familiar with Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, it's the worst video game ever made. If you want to even call it a video game, it's terrible. So anyway, if you like to spend money on physical things for your gaming collection, here you go. If you like to spend money and then wait forever for limited run games to ship it out, have at it. Yeah, you'd think that if they're going to announce 29 more games, that they'd have their shipping shit together, but they don't. I don't know if it's a shipping thing or a production thing, but they're just not good. They should probably take a point in their business where they just say, okay, we need to just stop what we're doing, and once we got every single order of everything we got shipped out, then let's make some announcements for about 5 more games and then put those orders out there available for whether it's now or a pre-order, and then work those out. They need to do some catching up. Arcade 1UP is next. So they announced Miss Pac-Man and Galaga Class of 81 cabinet, and it also features Galaga 88, Galaxian, Dig Dug 2, Mappy, Rally X, Rolling Thunder, Rompers, Tower of Duraga, and King and Balloon. That cab will run you $500. Street Fighter 2 Big Blue features, here we go, Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Dark Stalkers, The Night Warriors, Dark Stalkers 3, Night Warriors, Dark Stalkers Revenge, Saturday Night Slam Masters, Knights of the Round, Echo. I don't know if it's Eco or Echo. I'm pretty sure it's got to be Eco. I've never said it right. I always get it wrong every time the first time I see it. Eco Fighters, Capcom Sports Club, and Muscle Bomber Duo. That cab is going to run you $500. In all honesty, you're getting 12 games on both cabs, and both cabs do look super sexy. That Miss Pac-Man and Galaga, I'm not going to lie, looks pretty tight too. But so $500, it's a pretty good deal. X-Men floor. The X-Men 4-player cab. Also included are Captain America and the Avengers, and the Avengers and Galactic Storm. That is going to run you $500. Now we're getting into 2 cabs that people wanted. Well, one of them some people wanted. One was kind of like, wow, that's kind of nice, but wait till you hear this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, 4-player cab. The only other game on this cab is the original TMNT. $600. So $600 is about $100 more than most of their cabs go for, and they've got a Turtles in Time, which nobody really asked for, and then the original TMT game. Like, come on! Right after you announce other cabinets with more games, or that X-Men 4-player with 2 games, and it's $100 cheaper. I don't know. The Simpsons. That one everybody was waiting for. Everybody was excited until, and that's a 4-player. The only other game on there so far, we might be able to figure it out, is Simpsons Bowling, and we say we might be able to figure it out because it's unconfirmed. However, there is a fucking trackball on it, on the panel. So everyone can assume that it's Simpsons Bowling. Nobody knows if there's any other games, and that's $600 as well. So all of these were actually leaked. All of these I heard about, I don't know, probably about a month ago. There was a store on the East Coast, like a record store, that had placeholders, and somehow it got out. One of the other ones that was leaked was Tron. I don't know where the fuck Tron is. They haven't announced Tron. That's the one I'm waiting to drop coin on. Tron. I've always wanted a Tron cabinet, and I'll just have to buy the mini version because I can't afford the regular. So I'm waiting for that Tron, and I'm still waiting for them to let me know when done. Well, I was going to say Dragon's Lair, but I got the mini, the small little mini one, so I think I'm good with that. Right before we got going here, and actually, I'm going to blame Eureka Studios here. As Eureka was presenting, there was some pre-orders for some things that we're going to discuss later that went live on 2 marketplaces, and they all sold out, and I literally just missed them. I'm a little upset. Hopefully I'll also get my hands on them at retail price at some point in time. But they revealed 8 new games for next year. 5 of these games are getting Steam Next Fest demos, and so if you didn't hear about them, there's this article here on techraptor.net. You can go there and kind of just read a little bit more of the details. But 3 of the demos are available right now. Reshaping Mars is arriving Q3 2021. Extremely Realistic Siege Warfare arriving Q1 2022. And that's the thing. Like, most of the presentation was like in Japanese, and I was kind of running it in the background, so that didn't help me any. I don't know how to pronounce some of these. Mohism, Battle of Words, arriving Q1 2022. The Immortal Mayor, arriving Q3 2021. Metal Mind, arriving Q1 2022. And some other releases. The last 3, they won't be on Steam Next Fest, but they'll be at least coming out in the next year. We got Loopmancer, The Swordsman X Survival, and Tales of the Wild. So there's your Eureka Studio releases as we start to get now into actual E3 stuff, right? So next, we got Bandai Namco. And all they had was just a showcase for Dark Pictures House of Ashes 2021. And the presentation, it was on the upcoming Dark Pictures anthology game, as I said, House of Ashes. There was an interview, and they were talking about the game and what players can expect and some of the mechanics and whatever. It's available for pre-order now. with access to the Curator's Cut if you pre-order, and it releases October 22nd on everything but the Switch, not for the Switch. You can also snag the Pazuzu edition. Time for someone to update the pop culture section of Pazuzu's Wikipedia page. I'm just saying that. Pazuzu edition is also available. So that was it for Bandai, and it actually looks like a really good series. I've heard of it, and I have been interested in it. When House of Ashes was actually originally announced, I did mention something about it on a rare gaming update that I had on the channel, and I said I was going to look into it, and this is my reminder to look into it. All right, here we go, folks. This is it. This is the bread and butter. This is what everybody was waiting for, what the internet blows up about Nintendo, because they're the OG. They're what brought video gaming back to the masses after the video game crash of the 1980s. I mean, love them or hate them, and for me, it's mixed emotions. They're the king. They do whatever the fuck they want. So there were like 26 announcements covering new games, shit we already knew about, some shit we already knew about, expansions, DLCs, and a new piece of hardware. Not the new piece of hardware that I said they actually would not talk about, but most people thought they would. No. But anyway, for 40 minutes, it was actually pretty impressive. I think Nintendo wins over Xbox and Bethesda simply based upon, IPs, number one, and the fact that most of what they announced, even if it was borrowing on some other announcements, most of them are coming this year, whereas some shit for the Xbox, you're going to have to wait until 2022. So, first things first. They started out with Kazuya from Tekken as the reveal for the next player joining Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Actually, when it started out and they were showing, I think they showed the cliff or whatever, I'm like, oh shit, they're starting out with Breath of the Wild already? No. Yeah, it wasn't anything to cling on to for very long. There aren't any details on his release, when that's going to be available, but they did showcase his movesets, and then they stated there was going to be another presentation on this slated for June 28th, so Super Smash Brothers fans, Tekken fans, you want more information, tune into Nintendo on June 28th. All right, now we're going to just run through games that were already announced. Belch count 1 and 2. They were already announced that Nintendo is basically letting us know about that they will be available for the Switch. We've got Life is Strange True Colors on September 10th, and Life is Strange the Remastered Collection as well, to be released later this year. They did not say September. They did September, like everybody else. They said later this year. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is actually coming to the Switch on October 26th. Worms Rumble on June 23rd. That's right around the corner. That's next week. That's, 11 days? A week and a half or so? No. June 23rd. That's 8 days from now. A little over a week. Astria Ascending on September 30th. 2 Point Campus releases in 2022. And we can't forget about Just Dance 2022 on November 4th. Yes, we can. It was funny. Nintendo of Japan sent out this warning that content creators couldn't live stream the Direct. And then other publications picked it up and pretty much made it look like everybody across the globe couldn't live stream it. But as it turns out, I think it was just meant for Japan. So there was all these questions. I started checking out all these different people across Twitch and YouTube to see who was going to do it. And they were all like, well, I don't know. Should I do it? And some of them wouldn't even talk. Like there was chats going on and saying like, "Are you sure you can do this?" Like Nintendo said you can't do this, and they wouldn't even say anything. They wouldn't talk about it. But when it came to Just Dance 2022 playing and the songs, like all of a sudden mute. Everybody went mute on that one. Mario Golf Super Rush. Just a reminder. They wanted to remind everybody that comes out in 10 days on the 25th. They showcased some game modes and then said it would be supported with free future updates. Just so you know, you've got a good investment coming if you purchase Mario Golf Super Rush. They also featured gameplay of that game on today's Treehouse Live. You can go check that out. I don't know if I don't know if the recorded versions actually add chapters anywhere, but good luck, because it was like 3 hours long or some shit. Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin, of course, again, July 9th. The free demo is available on the 25th in 10 days. Gameplay on that was also featured on Treehouse Live if you want to go check that out. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remasters are finally coming to the Switch on June 25th. And they wanted to remind you that Mario and Rabbids is a thing, Sparks of Hope in 2022. And then The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, just a reminder, that's also next month, in case you didn't hear about any of those last 5 games. Then we got in some information on some DLC stuff, like Hyrule Warriors, if I can say that without slurring my speech. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is getting its Wave 1 DLC called Pulse of the Ancients, and that's in 3 days, folks. June 18th. Doom Eternal, the Ancient Gods Part 1 expansion, is available as we speak. It was announced, so it's been available now for a few hours. We were also informed, by the way, that Strange Brigade, a puzzle-like shooter from Rebellion, is available on the Switch today as well. Moving along, Cruisin', the Cruisin' series, back on the Nintendo systems, on the Switch, that is. Cruisin' is making its return with Cruisin' Blast. It's a Switch exclusive, and it's coming this fall. I actually can't wait for that. I haven't played a cruising game since the arcade. I don't know. Cruisin'. The fuck was that one? Exotica. That was it. Cruisin' Exotica. I think it's the last one I played at the arcade. I didn't even know that Cruisin' was still going, making the rounds. I didn't know that Cruisin' Blast was a thing, because the arcades we have around here are all retro arcades. And I haven't been down to that guy, Galloping Ghost in Chicago in years, so I don't even know if he would have it. But anyway. Dragon Ball Z, Kakarot, and New Power Awakens 1 and 2 releases September 24th. Now this one, every time I see it, I've got to look at it, because I always say it wrong. See, I already said it wrong. I always do. Shin Megami Tensei 5. I got it right on the second time. Releases November 12th, with pre-orders beginning on the 21st, so in 6 days. They played the Japanese version of this game on the Treehouse Live event. If you want to go check that out, it's actually pretty cool. Another one that this one I've never even heard of, but I heard that there's like a big underground following. Danganronpa, Danganronpa Decadence. It's a 4-game pack. That releases later this year. Don't ask me. I've never even heard of it until today. But then when I researched it, apparently it's got a loyal following. So, Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, remastered versions of the original classics. There's been a recent kind of like cry for like Advanced Wars to kind of make a comeback. Well, you're getting it's called a reboot. It's remasters, if you will. They're out December 3rd. This was also played on the Treehouse Live event if you want to go dig that up. And I was actually excited to see this. I haven't even given it a thought in quite a while, actually, because I thought it was dead. I thought the series was dead. Fatal Frame, Maiden of Black Water, is also releasing later this year. Now there's a rumor that Nintendo announced it first, but this might be multi-platform, But as of now, we are just going to be expecting a Switch version of it. Next up, let me start getting into some real meaty stuff here. It is Super, come on now, work with me here, Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. It is the 20th anniversary of Super Monkey Ball. I'm looking at my GameCube copy of it right now. We're getting this Banana Mania. It's a collection, remastered collection, by the way, of the first 2 games, along with Super Monkey Ball Deluxe. And Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania releases in October 5th, just a few months away. I'm definitely going to pick that one up because I don't have the second one or Deluxe. So that is going to be a pickup for me now. Let's talk about this thing. Is anybody else just as pissed as I have been about the whole Super Mario Party and the fact that you shelled out $60 for it and then Nintendo basically said, fuck you, thanks, but fuck you, we're not going to support it. We have no devotion towards this Mario Party entry at all. We're just going to let it ride. We appreciate your money. It's sold very well. It's a top-selling Switch game. But you're stuck with the crappy content that's within it, and that's it. But don't worry. Here's the thing. So fans are like, please, just add shit to it. Just even if it's shit we've seen before, and you just update different boards and games. Just start slapping it on there as DLC. Nintendo's like, nah. No, we're going to do you one better. You can shell out another $60 for all that in a whole nother game called Mario Party Superstars. And that releases on October 29th. It's a collection of, like I said, remastered boards and games from across Mario Party games. They say from all the Mario Party games, but I think it mostly focuses on the N64 and the GameCube, by the way. That's what I'm reading when I look into it. It really is something that every Mario Party fan could want in a game because they've been asking for it as DLC, like I said, for Super Mario Party. And again, Nintendo's like, fuck you, fork over $60 if you want this. Pre-orders for the game have begun officially today. I was going to pre-order it because, of course, I always throw my money at Nintendo. And then I decided just to hold off. I think I'm going to hold off on it. Anyway, Mario Party Superstars, that was also showcased on Treehouse Live event if you want to go back and watch that gameplay footage. And I'll be honest with you, some of those classic levels look fucking fantastic. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, good old Mario Party. We'll see. It's so chock full, and it's everything that everybody wanted out of Super Mario Party that, honestly, they probably never have to support it after it comes out. It could just stand on its own, and maybe this is what they should have done to begin with, to be honest with you. Metroid Prime 4! There was nothing. They said they're still working on it, and that was it. And then they announced this. I knew this was coming. Actually, this game has been in the works since a couple years after Fusion came out, and then they just dropped it. It was dead. Nothing happened. We are getting the 5th direct line installment of the 2D Metroid franchise called Dread, which looks fantastic, by the way. I love the graphics and the animation in this game. The trailer was one thing, but they did play some of it on Treehouse Live, by the way, which that's because my initial thought was like, it looks good. It's a Metro game. I'm going to get it. I think it looks like it would take some getting used to, and just watching some of it on Treehouse Live, I got used to it, and I actually love what they did with it. We're also getting, by the way, and this is what I'm about to get to, we're getting this special double set amiibo here. The Samus and the EMMI robot, brand new brand new part of the game. You see Samus wearing the fusion suit. That and this special edition, which I totally want. It's got the steelbook, it's got the art cards, it's got an art book, and the cards in the book cover the entire series, not just the game. This shit, the pre-orders, went live while I was in the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so leading up to this broadcast, when I was finalizing my notes and trying to understand what the fuck that Eureka Studios was doing. I missed it. Actually, the closest I got was I had them both in my cart on GameStop. And when I went to the cart, the special edition of the game was available, but the amiibo was already gone, like literally 30 seconds after it was listed. So I kept hitting refresh, hoping that the amiibo would go live, only at the point when I hit the 5th refresh, then the special edition was gone too. So Target already sold out. Best Buy supposedly already sold out. It says coming soon. Usually if it's sold out, I'll say sold out. It says coming soon, but people claim that they already went live. That's sold out. Yeah, I don't think Walmart's going to be doing these. They usually don't. But you can pre-order the regular game. But I'm still hoping to get my hands on this and the amiibo. At some point, my God, I pray that I land it because I want that fucking shit. Like badly. Anyway, so this Bad Girl comes out October 8th. If you want to watch, like I said, if you want to go watch the gameplay, find it on Treehouse Live. They played it, and I drooled. Next up, we are talking WarioWare. Get It Together. And they say the reason why it's called Get It Together because it features 2-player local gameplay. It looks like a solid WarioWare title. I mean, as solid as WarioWare can get. I've never been a WarioWare fan. But I don't know. I might pick it up. I think it might be fun to play now that it's got the 2-player local gameplay. I think it might be fun to play on some episodes. That already comes out September 10th, so we're a few months away from that. Pre-order's already up. And yes, of course, it was on Treehouse Live. Now, ladies and germs, as they say, we are going to get into the nitty-gritty. What everybody in the world is talking about. Plumbers don't wear ties. No, I'm just kidding. We already talked about that. The Legend of Zelda. Boy. By the way, I've got a Master Sword umbrella. First look at it. Master Sword umbrella. This is actually the sheath that it's in. That's going to be for a review coming up soon. I've been so busy with E3, I haven't been able to film it. So we're going to get a look at that. But yeah, so basically Zelda 35, they kind of, admitted, yeah, we know it's the 35th anniversary of Zelda. So let's talk about it. The expectation happened. What will be the most viewed trailer from E3 2021? It happened, and that is Breath of the Wild 2. But before all that, they did begin with things that I already covered: Skyward Sword HD, that reminder, and the Age of Calamity DLC, and the GameStop rumor for the poster being given away. Actually, as it turns out, I guess they emailed, and I'm not, even though I buy from GameStop occasionally. In fact, GameStop, I mean, like I said, I tried to pre-order that shit on GameStop today. I don't subscribe to any of their shit. Apparently they sent out an email, I think it was like yesterday, to their subscribers on their email lists that the Zelda poster that they're giving away is not for what people thought it might be for, which would be either Breath of the Wild 2 pre-order or some kind of Breath of the Wild or Zelda-themed Switch system, or a double pack of Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD for the Switch. No. Turns out if you spend $30 or more on a product based on Zelda or trade towards a Switch system, that poster is yours. It's a double-sided GameStop exclusive poster, by the way. I wasn't going to get Skyward Sword, but actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop at a GameStop tomorrow. And I'm going to walk in there, and if I can get that poster by pre-ordering Skyward Sword HD, I'm going to do it. And Skyward Sword will look great on my shelf amongst my other games. Maybe. But that poster is going to look even better on my wall. So I had a strong inclination that this was coming. But I didn't know how fucking much more awesome it was going to be over the Mario edition. We are getting a Legend of Zelda Game & Watch. Now let me do something. I don't have this queued up. I wanted to do this in real time. Legend of Zelda Game & Watch. So, I don't know what this shit is. Damn. So here we go. Here's the thing. Let me bring that up and then talk about it. I knew it was coming, like I said. It's going to have Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 and Link's Awakening, so it's already got 3 games. That's better than the Mario edition. But wait, there's a 4th. It's got Vermin, the classic Game & Watch game Vermin. Only they replaced that stick figure, Mr. Game & Watch, if you will, with Link in his place. There are also... I suppose I should go see if that... Yeah, that did come up. I clicked on it and I didn't know if it came up. Anyway, where was I? Oh, there's also more interactive features with this version than the Mario one was, around the watch mechanics part of the system. Timers, the clock, whether it's a countdown timer or a count up timer, stopwatch type thing. There's like different ways you can actually play the games around these timers. It's a little bit more interactive actually than the Mario one. And actually, I think the green aesthetic looks better than they used the Famicom red on the Mario one. So, as you can see here, they say it's a retro look, legendary flourishes, and the power to save Hyrule. The Game & Watch Legend of Zelda system is jam-packed tribute to 35 years of Legend of Zelda series. It comes out November 12th for $50. That's son of a bitch. I have a feeling it's going to be more popular. It's going to sell more than that Mario one did. And if you remember, when there were pre-orders for the Mario one, it was hard to find. It was hard to find then also at launch. It took a while. Eventually they started to kind of get their way out. And if you were lucky, you could find some on the shelf. I don't know if there's still... I don't think that's a thing that's even available anymore. So, of course, I was going to fork over the $50 for it. And I did. The pre-orders went live within probably about 2 hours after its announcement. And they're gone. As with the fucking Metroid shit. So, at least... I got my pre-order in for the Legend of Zelda Game & Watch. Did you get yours? Well, if you didn't, I'm hoping that you can find some stock when it comes out on November 12th. There was nothing else about Zelda aside from Breath of the Wild 2 and what I just got done talking about. There was no, like I said, there was no rumored Wind Waker, Twilight Princess HD Switch ports, no Zelda exclusive Switch console to be had, no Zelda flavored Pop-Tarts. However, the Game & Watch hardware not releasing until November, and Breath of the Wild 2 coming out in 2022. I don't think we're done yet with the Zelda announcements this year. I don't think that they can just I mean, they've been slowly kind of doing things, right? For Zelda. Everybody assumed that the initial announcement for Breath of the Wild 2 would, well, everybody kind of thought that that game would be out in 2020. And then with 35th creeping up, everybody's like, well, that's definitely going to have to be a 2021 release. And considering we waited this long, 6 months into 2021 for anything Breath of the Wild 2 related, I had an inkling that it probably wasn't going to come out until 2022, and that's now been confirmed. And Anuma did say when he was giving the presentation, before talking about the Game & Watch, he said there was, and I quote, no other campaigns and no other Switch games planned, which makes people think this is it. So we're getting the Skyward Sword, we're getting the Switch Pro controllers, the Zelda-themed Switch Pro controllers, which I forgot I pre-ordered those. Those come out next month. I gotta go pick those up. The Game & Watch and the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, and then that's it. It doesn't sound right. That sounds like something's lacking. As I read into it, I think it just, what he said means that Nintendo is done making like game-related decisions around Zelda. Like we're done planning it, but maybe we still haven't announced everything yet. So he didn't say that there's no more game announcements. They just said there's no other games planned. So like I said, I don't think we've heard everything, and I think they're still going to keep staggering. I still think there needs to be a Zelda Direct. Maybe the Zelda Direct is closer to November, when we can get a firm Breath of the Wild 2 title, or a firm Breath of the Wild 2 release date, which they said they're aiming for 2022, which everybody thinks like, oh, well, since every Zelda game gets like a year delay, 2023 confirmed. Now that's... anyway, we'll get into that in a second. You know what? We'll get into that second, because I think if they don't do a Zelda Direct, then boy, it sucks being a Zelda fan sometimes, because I know Mario's their golden child, but you've got Mario fans, and then you got that don't like Zelda, and then you got Zelda fans that don't like Mario. I happen to like both, but I happen to enjoy Zelda a whole fucking lot more than Mario. And you know what? I'm just going to say fuck it. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this. So this is BBC. We all know what that stands for. New game footage revealed that the game will involve floating islands, skydiving, new powers in the same world as its predecessor. Maybe. There could be alternate worlds. Because unless it's a whole lot bigger... There's some instances where he's running on the ground and you see nothing in the sky, and there's some instances where Link's running on the ground and there's shit floating in the sky. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, it won't release this year. It's penciled in for 2022, as BBC is reporting. There was no reveal of the widely rumored Switch Pro console, which Nintendo has yet to confirm. Blah, blah, blah. You know what? I'm going to show the fucking trailer. Because fuck it. We'll see if this gets shut down. Get rid of that fucking ad. I've already watched this like 20 fucking times. And no, I'm not going to do a breakdown, because I don't do that shit. If you heard that, that was my stomach, because I'm hungry for this shit. I want to fucking eat this up. Look at that. God damn it. Fuck. And he's got the arm. He's got the fake arm, or robotic arm. His long flowing hair. It's the hero. Yeah, because of the malice. So we saw in the teaser, what, 2 years ago already? It's been 2 years. Is that when we got the teaser? The Malice was eating up his arm. Man, fuck. I'm taking like a week's vacation when this comes out. Oh. Yeah. Fuck. Fucking love it. Maybe. God, I hope so, though. I can't fucking wait anymore, man. I'm telling you, I cannot fucking wait anymore. Yeah, so 2022. It's so fucking weird. Nintendo, and this is what I was about to get into. I just wanted to watch the trailer again. But Nintendo is, using the same assets from the first game. I mean, they've got the framework there, and yet it's by 2022, it's going to be 5 years. Like everybody thought, like if they're, I mean, yeah, it was announced 2 years ago, 2019. So when it was announced, you're thinking, oh, it's been 3 years. This is like a big ass teaser. Maybe by the end of the year of 2019, we're going to get the bam. Like, this is it. It's coming out like in 2 months or something. Because you think, between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, there was 2 years because Majora's Mask, they did the same thing back then. But if you adjust it, I guess, for inflation, if you will, you double it. Like, give them 4 years, right? So, like, yeah, at least that would be like this holiday, at least. And that's not happening. But, that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes it sucks to be a Zelda fan. Yeah, we got some placeholders. We got the Link's Awakening rehash. People that didn't get to enjoy Skyward Sword get to enjoy it now in HD next month, and that's just nothing I'm gonna play. Even if I do get it because I want that fucking poster. But I can't complain. I mean, there was 7 years between Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time, so I guess 5 years is fine, but fuck, I would hope that, and then there was, Age of Calamity, but I'm not a Hyrule Warriors person. I don't like those Dynasty Warrior games. So anyway, whatever. I mean, the game looks, with the looks of the game, looking as good as it does in that footage. I mean, I do smell New Switch Pro all over that footage. I mean, it looks like they took Breath of the Wild, and maybe it's because they're making it, like, I can't imagine it being any bigger. Holy fuck. Like, can you imagine if they made the map even larger, and then you've got the added map in the sky, so to speak? Like, fuck. I'm gonna have to take 2 weeks vacation. Damn it. But it looks so fucking good. Like the only disappointment that I had with the Breath of the Wild 2 presentation was really that they told us that you're going to watch more Breath of the Wild 2. Like, it was like, what the fuck? But then that moment turned into a holy shit when they actually showed it. They said they're making the progress. It looks fucking good, and I think some of it was actual gameplay footage. I don't think there was a lot of. There was some, cutscenes in there or whatever, but it looked like there was some gameplay footage. I didn't see any heart container type shit or weapon things or any kind of different menus, not menus, but hubs or whatever that show up in the corners. But that game footage could change. It could even look even better. But it looks so fucking good. I mean, it's like if you sent Breath of the Wild, downtown to get the city's best crack and then had to come back and give you a lap dance. I mean, that's what we fucking got, man. I mean, I literally thought it would just be more Breath of the Wild, but it looks so much better. It's different. It's definitely different. It looks so much better than the first one. You know, if I hadn't been at work, I probably would have just ripped my clothes off and bounced off the walls in excitement. But yeah, you know what? Like I said, I think it might be a new Switch Pro, whatever they're going to call it. It might be a launch title. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe that's why they're saving that Switch Pro shit. So that's going to do it. It's going to do it. Yeah, each of these were about 50 minutes. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. But that's you're not going to see me doing this for about another year. Hopefully, I get to actually go to E3 next year. That'd be nice and tight. But I'm gonna go. I got some. I even forgot what the fuck the game's called. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart to catch up on. It's been a while, so it's been like 3 days since I played it. So I'm gonna go catch up on that. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. I'm cool with that too. This one you can share with your friends. It's still live. YouTube did not boot me out. Then again, I don't even actually know if it played the audio for that trailer. I didn't hear it in my headphones. Oh, it's because my speaker's on mute. So that's why. But there's a chance that maybe you guys heard it. I don't know. I'll have to watch the replay. So yeah, share this one with your friends. Subscribe if you're new here. You don't have to click the notification bell now, but that helps because you know when shit goes up. But go to potationrotation.com, and there you'll find the links to our other YouTube channels and the information on the Retro Rankings podcast. New episode next week, and it's going to be Zelda related with a special guest, by the way. New episodes get embedded there. Otherwise, you can find them wherever podcasts are sold for your ears, so to speak. My socials links are there as well. If you click on those and follow along, you can get updates on stuff too when stuff gets released and uploaded, and live, maybe gameplay. I do live gameplay every now and then. Yeah, so that's going to do it, folks. And I want to thank everybody who has watched these last 4 videos over the last 4 days for watching. I appreciate the time, and I will see you guys later. Toodles!